Good day everyone, we are the Group 7 and today we'll be presenting our report topic, Laws of Principles of Strength Training and Sports. Each member of the group has prepared a part of these discussions and we've worked together to make it clear and informative. We hope you listen attentively and learn something new from our presentations. So let's begin. The laws and principles of strength training are the fundamental rules and guidelines that govern how our bodies adapt and get stronger through resistance training. So the proper applications of the training laws and principles ensure superior organizations of training with the fewest possible errors. So the 7 laws of strength training form the proper foundations for all strength training programs. So the principles of training outline the practical applications of the laws and the training program. So the laws and the principles of strength training are the fundamental rules and guidelines that govern how our bodies adapt and get stronger through resistance training. Lead to the 7 laws of strength training. Law 1. Develop joint mobility. In order to increase strength and mobility at the same time, most strength training exercises should be used for the entire range of motions of major joint, especially the knees, ankles, and hips. So, developing joint mobility means improving the range of motions in your joint like knees, ankles, and hips. When strength training use exercises that move your joint through their full range of motion. So this not only increases strength but also enhance flexibility and reduce the risk of injury by ensuring your joints can move freely and effectively.
The next topic is the Law 2. So the Law 2 is develop ligament and tendon strength. So pag sinabi natin develop ligament and tendon strength, it is the muscle strength improved faster than tendon. No? Many training specialists and coaches overlook the strengthening of ligament and tendons because without strength tendons, no, in the muscle or the body, the athletes are not, especially sa mga athletes, hindi talaga sila masyadong active or malakas or strength sa mga mga activities or mga sports, no. So that is the Law 2. You need to look the strengthening of the ligaments or tendon. That is the Law 2. So the next is Law 3. Develop core strength. So the arm and legs are only as strong as the trunk. So alam natin no nga, forearms and legs we know that is the strong, no? If doing mga sports, especially sa mga athletes, mga sports or ano-anong mga activities, nasa isip natin is malakas talaga yung arms and legs. But nakalagay dito sa Law 3, develop core strength. So it means dapat talaga natin i-develop yung core natin or trunk because that is the foundation of strength. Kasi kung mga activities or mga mag-perform ka ng mga klaseng training, you need to also have a strong core, no, to support the body, no. Hindi lang man arms and legs lang malakas, dapat din yung trunk or core. So that is the Law 3. You need to focus not on one muscle but lahat na muscle. Okay?
So my topic is the law number 4. So the law number 4 is develop the stabilizer. So from the mover work more efficiently with strong stabilizer or fixator muscle. Stabilizer contract. Primary is isometrically to stabilizer a joint so that another part of the body can act. For example, the shoulder are immobilized during elbow. The abdominal muscle serve as a stabilizer when the arm throw a ball. The developing the stabilizer is muscle really important because they help to keep our body steady and balanced while we move. They may not be the main muscle doing the action, but they make sure our joints stay in the right position. So for example, when we bend your arm or shoulder, keep the joint stable, and when we throw a ball, your abs help us stay balanced. That's why having strong stabilizer muscle keep more better and avoid injuries. The next topic is the law number 5. The law number 5, train movement, not individual muscle. So the purpose of strength training and sport is load the joint movement, specifically used in performing the skill of a given sport. Athletes should resist training muscle in isolation as is done in bodybuilding. From its very beginning, bodybuilding has promoted the concept of working muscle in isolation, a concept that has served this activity very well for generation. So for me, train movement, not individual muscle, mean it's more important to practice how the whole body move together instead of focusing on just one muscle alone. So we use our entire body to perform a skill. For example, in a volleyball, when you jump to spike the ball, it's not only your legs working, but also your arms, back, and core helping together. Kaya ang purpose ng strength training ay para mapalakas ang paggalaw ng ating mga buto at kung paano nagkakaisa ang mga muscle sa bawat kilo. So hindi katulad ng bodybuilding na isang muscle lang ang pinapalakas. Sa sport training, mas malaga yung coordination at lakas ng buong katawan. So sa ganitong paraan, mas magiging effective at mas mabilis ang kilos ng atleta sa laro.
So the next topic is law 6. Focus not on what is new but on what is necessary. So product that supposedly improve athletic performance dito sa law 6, hindi lang sa nakaraan or sa ngayon, new generation ng ating sundin. Kung ano yung mas nakapag-improve sa isang atleta, no? So yun ang susundin. Kahit nakaraan pa man yun yung mga training or mga products, kung yun ay nakapag-improve ng atleta or nakatulong, so yun ang ating susundin or gagawin. So that is the law 6. So the next is law 7. Prioritize strength in the long term. So coaches should plan the strength training progression. Hindi lang man yung weight natin is permanent, or example 5 kg ngayong araw, din bukas 5 kg na naman, din next 5 kg. So hindi natin ma-develop yung strength sa ating katawan. So we need to progress overload, no? Dapat isali yan sa program plan ng isang coach para yung athlete is magde-develop ng strength, no? I-apply yung progressive overload or magdagdag ng weight every day kahit 2 kg lang or 5. Okay na yan. That is the law 7.
Let's proceed to the principles of strength training. The purpose of any strength training program is to produce a continual increase in the athlete's physical capacity. So strength training principles offers methods for adapting the body to the various loads used in training. So they also provide guidelines for individualizing the program to the specific needs of the athletes and sports. So the goal of strength training is to continuously improve an athlete's physical abilities. So strength training principle provide methods to adapt the body to the two different training loads and guidelines to personalize the program to the athlete's specific needs and sports. Every effective strength training program should be based on these principles to maximize results.
So the next is the progressive increase of load. The principle of progressive increase of load is best illustrated by the legend of Milo of Croton in Greek mythology. So si Milo ay isang famous na ancient Greek athlete from the Croton. So si Milo ay ika-6 na nanalo sa Olympics. So Milo lifted and carried a calf every day beginning in his teenage year. As the calf grew heavier, Milo grew stronger. By the time the calf was a full-grown bull, Milo was the world's strongest man thanks to long-term progression. So progressive increase of load means slowly and continuously more challenge to your training, so your body can keep improving. So for example, sa weight training, kung kaya mong magbuhat ng 5 kilo, so gawin mo muna ito ng ilang linggo hanggang masanay ka. So pagkatapos, dagdagan mo ng 1 or 2 kilo kapag kaya mo na. So parang story din ito ni Milo of Croton. So he started by carrying a small calf every day. As the calf grew bigger and heavier, Milo's strength also increased because his body keep adjust to the heavier load. So it's important to keep pushing ourselves gradually to get better results.
So the next is variety or the quality or state of having different forms or types. So pag sinabi nating variety, iba't ibang exercise or activities that should engage the athletes, no, to be physical fit and to improve the performance of athletes. Hindi lang isang exercise but different, kasi sinabi nating variety, iba't ibang mga exercise, iba't ibang mga technique para ma-improve yung isang atleta. So that is the variety.
So individualization. So contemporary training requires individualizations. Each athlete must be treated according to his or her ability, potential, and strength training background. coaches are sometimes tempted to follow the training programs of successful athletes, thus disregarding their particular athlete's needs, experience, and abilities. So, ganito ang sa itong tawag? Ang individualizations, di ay. So, ang individualizations sa training, ibig sabihin, dapat iba-iba ang training ng bawat athletes. Hindi pwedeng gayahin lang ang training ng ibang atleta. Kasi iba-iba ang katawan at kaya ng bawat isa. So, dapat ang training ay swak sa kaya mo at sa gusto mong maabot.
The next is specificity. So, to be effective and achieve greater adaptation, training must be designed to develop sport-specific strength. To do so, a strength and conditioning coach must make a simple performance model analysis of the sport for which the strength training program is being created. Specifics means that training should match the actual movement, skills, and energy demand of a particular sport. In other words, if an athlete want to improve in a specific sport, their training should focus on exercise and movement that are similar to what they do in that sport. So, example naman dito is yung basketball. So, sa basketball naman is dapat mag-focus sila sa sprint or jumping or shooting drill para yung katawan nila ay masanay.
The next is specificity in the dominant energy system. So when we talk about energy system, it is the how the body use the energy, no? Kung wala tayong exact energy in our body, no, kung hindi yan alam ng mga coach, dapat alam yan ng mga coach kung meron silang hinawakan na tip na yung energy is crucial to the athletes kasi importante yan para makapag-perform sila sa isang event or sa isang sports, because without energy system or without energy in the athlete, they cannot compete to other sports or yung mga activities nila. Kailangan natin ng energy. We need a dominant energy system to our athletes or our body. So that's all.
Specificity versus a methodical approach. The principles of specificity sprung from the idea that the optimal strength training program must be specific. Matthews and Fox, 1976, developed this theory into a principles of training. So, when we say specificity sa training, it means dapat ang mga exercise mo ay tugma sa gusto mong pagbutihin. Kung gusto mong gumaling, like for example sa basketball, dapat sa training mo ay para sa basketball lang. So, hindi siya sa weightlifting lang. Dapat specific siya.
The next is the specificity of exercise for strength training. When it comes to strength exercise selection for a sport, especially in the late preparatory phase, coaches must try to imitate the dynamic structure of the skill, as well as the spatial orientation or body position in relation to surrounding environment. In other words, coaches should select exercise that place the body and line and position similar to those used when performing the skill. The specificity of exercise for strength training means that the exercise should be similar to the actual movement used in a sport. So this helps athletes develop strength that they can really apply during game. So, for example, kung volleyball player ka, so kailangan mong pag-focus sa mga exercise na may kinalaman sa pagtalon, sa like spike, at mabilis ka ding gumalaw.